welcome to today's crystal ball reading with oracle cards. The oracle cards as well, of course. So I thought I would jump on. Going to try to make this not a super quick stream. Um, I, I it's late. It's late here. It's like it's 22 minutes past 10. But I got a lot done. I decided that I'm not super tired yet. So I would jump on with the crystal ball. I'm going to try to aim to do like 2 hours if we can. So let's see how we go here. So specific questions for the crystal ball, of course, as always. But also we do have oracle cards. So let's if you've been on recently, they are similar. I haven't mixed them up too much lately. So I do apologise for that. But let's see. So we have Surath Soul Angels. We have the Sufi Wisdom. We have the love cards, those are Cupid love cards. The chakra, we do have chakra. We have spell casting. We have earth magic. And we have druid wisdom. So we do have a few oracle cards if you would like, but you're very welcome to ask specifically questions for the crystal ball. So if you are new, I am Venus. This is Secret Frequencies. We do readings like this all the time. We do crystal ball, pendulum, tarot, bone readings, flower readings, like different types of readings that we try to do. So do stay with us, do subscribe, do join the community. And if you are going to stay and have a few questions answered, I would greatly appreciate likes on the video. So please do like it if you haven't liked it already. And I will get to the questions. But yeah, so if you are new, please put your full name and date of birth. It helps me to connect with your energy when I first meet you. And I think that's it. Yes, have patience. Don't post your question multiple times. Have patience. I will get to you as I go down the chat. I'm behind in the chat, that's okay. I'll take my time. But if you're urgent for your question to be answered, you're very welcome to send a super chat, but it's not necessary. If you can wait, you don't have to, but you can send a super chat. And of course, super stickers are greatly appreciated. All support to the channel, members, stickers, super chats, greatly appreciated, but not necessary, You can just be a subscriber and I still love you. So Healing Tarot says, is Naksh the future husband of Kritika Sani? Okay. It's like there's a possibility here. This isn't like your soulmate, it's not like the person you're being drawn to, meant to be with, but there is a path of possibility, a small possibility here. I'm very well. I hope you are well. I am very well. I'm getting a little bit tired. I was like, I'm not tired. I'm going to do a stream. And then when I a few things went wrong for me. I actually lost my phone. I thought that I put it in the washing machine. Turns out I didn't put it in the washing machine. But yeah, I had a few kind of like just silly things going wrong, and then I was like, oh, I'm getting a bit tired now. But I don't care. I'm still going to stream. It's fine. I am good. So, Jasmine, hello, welcome. Gemini, hello, welcome. Luca, crazy. Hello and welcome. Gemini says, will CJ and I meet up by the end of the year? Okay. I'm guessing a yes on that. Jasmine says, is Julian still an option for my mother? Guessing a yes on that as well. Healing Tarot says, is Nashk stalking Kritika? Okay. I'm guessing a no on that one. Rain, hello, welcome. Thank you for liking. I greatly appreciate that, Miss Dina. It's nice to see you. And nine sees all those pajamas. I mean, I got this from a thrift store. Yes, I wear it to bed. I do. I do wear it to bed. It's very long. It's kind of like a dress type, like dress shirt. But yeah, I've worn it to bed. I've worn it out. I just love it. I think it's very beautiful, silky. But yeah, I do wear it to bed. But yeah, this is a safe space, you know. You're welcome to put your pajamas on if you'd like to. So Jan says hello. Hello, Jan. It's very nice to see you. Miss Venus. So just in case people are new, we have a few people in here. So hello and welcome. I am Venus. This is Secret Frequencies. We're doing Crystal Ball at the moment, so you can ask specific questions for the Crystal Ball. You can refer to other people in the chat to see what kind of questions people ask. Nothing too broad, nothing like what's coming in my love life, what's coming in the next year, nothing that will be too long. I can't take too long with each person. So just post specific questions and we'll get through as many as we can. And you can request the oracle cards as well. But yes, hello and welcome. And please do like the video. I greatly appreciate that. Miss Venus is my friend Julio, sorry, is doing light coach therapy on me this month. Today is session 2 so far. How or what is the work helping me with? Okay. So I do feel like there's a versatility within this work. Like I do feel like it could work on a few things. I do feel like it has a versatile energy. But the main thing that's coming to the forefront right now is you are a person who gets a lot of downloads, upgrades, you know, awakenings, whatever you might call it, and uh, along with that often comes a lot of like cleansing, a lot of purging, a lot of symptoms, and this work seems to be helping with like helping you to integrate with less negative symptoms, if that makes sense. So helping you to integrate these things that are coming with lesser negative symptoms. That's the main thing that's coming forward. But I do believe that this work could be very versatile. Gemini says, "Will I get a job interview soon?" I'm getting 2.5 month time frame on that. Miss Venus, when do you see new soulmate I am meeting in person? When do you see new soulmate and I meeting in person? Start dating, making the relationship official. And so when will you meet up in person? Okay, okay. Most prominent to me, meeting up in person looks to be like the second week in January, I would say, meeting up in person. So then you're saying start dating and making the relationship official. I feel like start dating's not long after that, like maybe 2-3 weeks. Making it official, I'd probably say like 2 months, I would say. Healing Tarot says, is the connection between Naksh and Kritika karmic twin flame soulmate? Okay. Yeah, I'm getting karmic energy there. Um, Miss Fierce says, what zodiac sign is my soulmate or energy? Okay. I'm getting a strong feeling of Pisces somewhere. Getting a strong feeling of Pisces. Jan says, do you see Caden hanging out with for his birthday? Or is it looking like they won't, which will lead to her throwing a fit? Okay. Feels like there will be some hanging out for at least some time. Yes, I feel like that. Mary, hey, Cello, welcome. Healing Tarot says, does Nax have feelings for Katika, love for Katika, or is he seeing me? Okay. There is an attraction. There's an attraction. There's something to this connection. There is an attraction. It doesn't feel very deep. It doesn't feel like it's something that they're thinking about a lot or really considering pursuing in a sense. But it does feel like there's something there. Miss Venus. Oh, yeah, Miss Venus. Do you see my soulmate wanting to pursue me and date me right away when we meet, or more like a slow process and not fast? Okay. I don't feel like it's slow, but I don't feel like it's super quick. I feel like this. I would say maybe it's a little bit more on the quicker side. The momentum of it's a little bit more on the quicker side, but not too quick. It's not like love bombing and then it fizzles out. But it's a little bit on the quick side, I would say. Once it gets going, you know. Mary says it's one of my kittens from my life. I actually get a yes on that. And then Mary also says it's one of my kittens, my familiar. Okay. I'm guessing a no on that one. Miss Venus, can we confirm, was Matt the other guy that was showing up when we asked about the soulmate we saw too fast? I'm guessing a yes on that. Healing Tarot, do you see a future between between Naksh, me, sorry, I'm so sorry I can't pronounce that, and me, or should I let him go? Okay, so the thing with this is, like, I see the connection, I see the potential, I see this possibility. It seems very, very low. It does seem like you have more luck and more opportunity elsewhere. Um, but there's something there. It's like if you want to wait, give it a chance, then okay. But you may have better luck and a faster pace of getting what you want and what you desire elsewhere, is what I'm saying. Gemini says, will I finally get... I don't know why it's doing that. Gemini says, will I finally get the outcome in court that I have been wanting? Yes, I'm being shown like the karmic wheel, like the wheel of fortune, like spinning, like in your favor. It's like good karma is finally coming. Good karma is finally going to come. So I'm very hopeful for that. I don't like I don't like this strange thing with it's making me like super overclosed. So Miss Venus says for the soulmate, what's our compatibility? Okay. I feel like I the energy I feel like I want to say it's like 70%, 70 to 75% compatibility because there's this portion that's clashing conflict in a learning lesson kind of way, but I feel like it's such a minimal amount that you can overcome it. You do progress with it. You do. It's not an issue. If that makes sense. It's like there's a little bit of clashing, a little bit that's needed to shine a mirror to each other and still continue to learn and grow. But the majority is very compatible. Tareen, I don't know who you are. I don't understand what you're talking about because my English isn't good enough for this. So have a good life if you are a good person. Bye. Well, I mean, that was pretty good English, you know. Um, uh, Same to you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Jasmine says, is Julian single right now? And will the paths again? Cross paths again? And if so, when? I'm guessing a yes to being single right now, but I'm guessing like a 5 month time frame on crossing paths again. Healing Tarot says, did I already meet my future husband? I'm guessing a no on that. Miss Venus says, is my new soulmate financially and emotionally stable? For a long-term stable relationship, is he ready? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Jan, I think I did fully decide to not send Kaysen a message on his birthday. Outside of him wondering why I did not send a message, What other thoughts will he have? I do feel like there's, there is an occasional kind of like hoping you're okay, wishing you well kind of energy. I do feel that. But besides that, there isn't really much I would say. Um, Rain says, an attractive guy talked to me at work today. He's a Taurus, so it'll be hard to see him again. Was he a potential love interest or just a nice confidence boost? Okay. Yeah, I'm leaning on the confidence boost side here. Not that there's anything negative about this person, nothing bad coming up. It does just seem like the paths are too the paths are too apart, the paths are too distant. That's all, you know. If the paths were more aligned, I'm sure it would be great. Paul says, are you single yourself? Um, this is YouTube. It's not a dating app, so. But yeah. Send me a private message. I'm only joking. No, don't do that. Firebird says hi Venus. Hello and welcome. Miss Venus says, does my soulmate live in the US and near me? Yes. Rain says his name was Al- Alejandro. Is that or Alison? I don't know how I'm so bad at pronouncing foreign words. I'm so sorry, guys. So, hello and welcome if you are new. I am Venus. This is Secret Frequencies. We do readings like all the time. Today is Crystal Ball. Please ask specific questions for the Crystal Ball. If you are new, please leave your full name and date of birth with your question. Do not double post your questions. I'm behind in the chat. I will get to you eventually. And yeah, join us for future readings. We do many readings on this channel all the time. It'd be nice to have some new people in the community. Firebird says, what is it I did that upset Scorpio? Okay. I'm going to I'm going to say like the generic thing here, but it's not you, it's him, you know? It's definitely what's coming through. You have not done anything. It is more on his side. Um Miss Venus says, do I have friends in common with my soulmate? Okay. Guessing a no on that. Gemini says, will CJ and I be in a serious relationship in 2026? So I see the possibility, but it doesn't look super high. I would give it like maybe a 45%, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say. Jan says, does David see something long term with me? Has he decided that he wants something long term versus short? Okay. So he's not really thinking like super into the future, but he's definitely not planning to cut anything off. He's definitely not planning for it to be short term, just because he's not thinking of the future. But I feel like in his emotion, in his energy, I do think he leans more to that way. Ocean says, should I go to the skincare or tennis this morning? I'm guessing skincare there, so maybe you need a little something, a little treatment there. Um, so Firebird says, how is Scorpio feeling about Miss W currently? Definitely there's coming back, leaning back to her a little bit more, um, romantically, because there's these two people, there's Miss W and then there's this person who's outside of work, and it feels like he's leaning a little bit more to Miss W in a romantic sense at the moment, unfortunately. Jasmine says, is there anything specific that my mother needs to do to manifest Julian in her life? And if so, what? No. The message that's coming through is very kind of like divine timing kind of message. It's not really doing a specific thing or holding a certain energy or certain space. It's more about divine timing, it seems. Miss Bang. Is Rob aware I'm his twin flame? I believe he was aware before me. I would say yes. I'm not 100% if he would term it twin flame, but I definitely think there's an understanding that of the level of the connection. Yes, I would say yes. Rain, my friend Dean asked me to be an interpreter for him. Should I give him a rate, or should I see what rate he wants to set and go from there? Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing see with him first and go from there. I'm guessing that. Jan says, how is Em currently feeling about things with Kaden? Kind of feel like she isn't the most happy or secure due to her being more paranoid lately. Yeah, I do feel like there's a little bit of an on-edge feeling, but I would say mostly there is a comfort. She does feel a little bit comfortable, but I do think there's that, it's like mostly feeling comfortable, and then there's like the fraying at the edges that's like feeling a bit on edge, you know? Miss Venus says, do you see any of those exes attempting to get back with him anytime soon? No, I don't. Gemini, will we finally get a new parenting coordinator that won't be biased and figure things out? Yes, and it seems to be a little sooner than you might think, so I'm getting good energy on that. Card of my choice for Rain. So let's do rarely being called to Sufi wisdom for you. So let's do that. So you have concealed power. Give birth to the wonder of revelation. So concealed power. So, you know, oh, so we're looking here like at unleashing the things that are within. You know, those, it's like those things that we know we're capable of, but we don't quite strive as high. It's like, you know, I know I'm capable of achieving this thing, but for some reason I don't put my whole self out there. It's like pushing all of that power, all of your whole self out there, you know. So I will just say, and why we have a card here. So I know I've said this multiple times already, but if you are new, I'm Venus. This is Secret Frequencies, and we're doing specific questions for the crystal ball. But I will go back over the cards just in case you feel guided to choose a card. So Druid Wisdom. So you feel intuitively drawn to any of these. Earth Magic. Chakra. Spellcasting. Love. Sufi Wisdom. And Angel Message. Sharaf Soul Angel Messages. And also, please like the video if you have not liked it already. I greatly appreciate that. So going to be on here for a while, I think, if you guys are here for a while. Miss Venus, is my soulmate currently single or dating? So I do get single. I don't feel like there's currently anyone in the dating energy, but I feel like there's a openness, like a looking, like I'd say looking, but there's no action, there's no interaction right now. Firebird, did Scorpio figure out he had dinner with me? No, I guess a no on that. Jan says, is she going to act up on his birthday or push for things more trying to be more even more flirty and forward with him? And if so, how will he react to this? Okay. I guess I'm gonna no on that. Gemini, does my son really have an intellectual disability? So it's coming through as a no for me. But as I always say, guys, I always have to give a disclaimer with medical health related questions. We do have to balance our mind, body, and spirit. And I do feel that for medical and health questions, it's much better to be safe than sorry. We should always check with the appropriate healthcare professional as well. Never just the divination. So yes, disclaimer there. Ask Leela, does Lee have any feelings towards me? Okay. Yes, there's something there. It seems a bit small, but there's something there. Mary, will I get contacted by the company B for the remote job? Yes. I guess a yes on that, so best of luck to you. Sarumi, oh, what is the time frame for me getting a long-term job? 2.5 months, I'm getting. Eslila, can you see me and Lee in the relationship, and if yes, when that will happen? Okay. The possibility feels more like mid next year because it feels like there's like kind of a slow build up here. Jasmine, what's going on with me that I feel conflicted? Like I'm happy being single, but I have hope for Phil, but I want to go down the path of my high level soulmate, but still feel like I should be single. Um, I feel like it's totally normal. I feel like it's totally normal. Like I feel like it's I I feel like you're similar to me in like your connection to the cat totem. It's like we want the companionship, but we also want our individuality. That's very feline energy. I feel like you're very kind of connected to like Sekhmet and feline energy like me, or perhaps a different feline deity, um, maybe even Lyran in some way. But it's very like the feline energy to feel that way. It's like it's almost a cognitive dissonance because we love our individuality, but we love being with someone, and I think I do feel like it's very very normal. Um, but I feel like mostly the guidance here is to just enjoy that single energy because the longer you're in that single energy, the closer and closer you're getting to that soulmate. And once you're with that soulmate, you're going to want to have utilize that single energy in a positive way. Like just doing the things you love doing the things you love by yourself, and you know, there's a freedom. There is a bit of a freedom in being single. It's not that being in a relationship is amazing, totally great. Being in love is amazing, but there is a freedom in being single, and I do think that instead of like kind of wallowing and feeling unhappy about it, we do need to utilize that energy. Like, what can I do with this? What are the things that maybe I couldn't do when I had this partner, and now I can do? Things like that. Miss Thang. Is that what I'm saying? Is that right? Am I just giving someone a name that's not their name? Did Rob research the twin flame connection? Okay. No, I'm guessing a no on that. Card of my choice for Jan. I'm guided right to the love card, so I don't know why. Okay, it says, be aware of codependency. Addictive behaviours are affecting your romantic life. So detaching a little bit from the addictive or codependent kind of cycle might be positive. So I feel like maybe that's in support of this new path, heading down this new path for a little bit. I feel like it's in support of that. Gemini says, what does my next soulmate look like? Okay. The only things that are coming through right now are being tall and older than you. Older than you is coming through as well. I know that's not a look, but that come through. Mary says, will the digital item I made sell well? What will clients think? Okay. I get a good energy on it. I'm not getting like super high abundance or anything, but I do get a good energy on it. And positive feedback, I would say. Surumi says, what kind of job should I look for? So I'm being told that you have a skill already, but that you might need to level up in a way, like you might need to advance this a little bit. So there might be a course or something that you can take to progress on a skill that you already have. So something you've already done, leveling up a little bit in that. Firebird says, how strong are the feelings that Scorpio is trying to suppress? Why would he? Yeah, so I mean, I would say like mid-level strength of the feelings. Like I don't feel like they're super strong, and I just feel like the suppression is based on where his interest is going. So when he's interested in one person, he kind of pushes aside the other people. It's almost like there's three people in his vicinity, and it's like when he's interested in one, he kind of suppresses the feelings for the others. So yeah, unfortunately. Jan says, if I were to go down the David path, how long would it take for him to propose? We last time got at first things would start a little steady, but then would quickly snowball. Okay. You get 3 years on that. Gemini, will I get the job that I interview for in the next few months? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Luca Crazy, hello and welcome. Miss Venus. So was the channeling I got from my soulmate last time actually from Matt? Because he was talking about an in-person encounter and to allow gentle stranger approaches. They are not all creeps, lol. Let me see. I'm guessing a no on that actually. Firebird says, is there anything that P Aries is hiding from me that I need to know as a potential interest? Okay. I would just say like talking to multiple people, but I don't know exactly if that's being hidden from you, but it could be something that you may at least want to know. Surumi says, what does my boyfriend love about me most? Okay. So I'm not really getting much come through for that. I mean, it's a positive energy. I don't know if maybe I'm being told that you should know that or something. But yeah, I get positive energy with it, but don't really get a message there. Chances mind, or will it most likely be? Yeah, it's just a thought provoking of I wonder why she didn't. So yeah, it's kind of that day, yes. Jasmine, did my mother's guides know she'd become interested in Julian again? And did they create the opportunity so they could cross paths in this time frame for this specific reason? I do get a yes on that. I'm getting kind of confirmation on what you're saying here. Aslila, who stole my mum's letter, Mario or Andy? I'm leaning to Mario on that, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say. Fireman says, how does my co-worker Casey feel about me? I get positive energy, but it does feel like, you know, it doesn't feel like it extends past work. You know, it kind of feels like I like you, you're great, but after work, it's like that's it. You know. Rain says, does the boss see a particular person as a new love or a bunch of different possibilities? Okay. So the two possibilities do come through, but one is very strong. So I would say there's a specific one, but you know, Gary Kemp says I hate myself. Should I end it? You know, I really don't like to read comments like this in the chat. I don't even know any what you call them, hotlines or anything to recommend or anything like that. But there's tons and tons of advice online and people to talk to. You know, I do not specialize in suicide prevention or depression, or I do not specialize in anything like that. It's certainly not something I would ever ask the crystal ball. But if anyone is actually feeling that way, there is tons and tons of things online to help. Please also open up to people who you are close to. You might feel like they do not care about you, but they do. They rarely do. People are just so caught up in their own individual lives. It really feels like they don't care sometimes. But when you really need them, they will be there. And if you don't have anybody, there is tons and tons and tons of communities or hotlines and things like that online. So, you know, I don't know if you're serious about that message, but yeah, it's definitely not something I'm going to like check in my ball. It's certainly something I would really advise that you go to the correct avenues for that, you know? Clorox says, what's up, Karen? I'm not a Karen. Gemini says, when do you see me being in a relationship with the person that I might marry? Okay. So I'm seeing beginning of 2027 actually for you there, I'm sorry to say. Selena says, is Adrian considering moving to the UK? I guess yes, there's been thoughts about that. I don't know how serious the consideration is, but there has been thoughts. Ocean says, you look lovely as always. I like your shirt. I love it. I love it. Like, every time I wear it on stream, I always get comments about if it's pajamas. And honestly, I do wear it to bed. You know, I mean, it must be 11 p.m. Yeah, it's 11 p.m. here. But, it's kind of a dress. Like, it's pretty long. I've worn it out. I've worn it over things. I even worn it, like, open over things, you know, out. I just love the pattern on it. Well, I'm one of these people who I really don't care what people think. Like, I will wear whatever I like. But thank you, Irene. I greatly appreciate that. Jan says, whenever Caden comes back at the end of the year, will Em find out that we are talking and hanging again? And if so, is she going to blow up on Caden over it and cause him to pull away even more? Yeah, it is possible, yes. Firebird says, why is Scorpio leaning more towards Miss W? There is like a very high physical attraction element, but I do feel also there's almost a bit of a dominant energy from her. Like there's almost a bit of a dominant energy. Like she is persuasive, you know, persuasive, I might say. Thank you, Jan, for moderating. I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. Fire Water, nice to see you. Eureka? I'm so sorry if I say your name wrong, but very lovely to see you. Venus, is this high level soulmate another lesson and abandoning partner? I don't know what you mean by that, so I'm not sure what to. Do you mean like it's not long term? I don't know. I'm not 100% what you mean by that, so I don't know if I'm going to get the correct answer if I'm not understanding what I'm saying. You know. I don't know what you mean by abandoning. So like, if you can confirm, like, do you mean you'll break up? Is that what you're saying? Like it's not long term? Um, Eureka. Um, so guys, it's specific questions for the crystal ball. So if you are new, I'm Venus. This is Secret Frequencies, and today we are doing a crystal ball reading. So you ask specific questions for the crystal ball because if you say like what's coming in my finances, what's happening for the rest of the year, that could open up a whole reading. You know, a whole like 30-minute reading. I cannot sit here for 30 minutes with one person whilst everyone else is in chat. This is why we ask specific questions so I can get through as many people as possible, and you know, everyone gets a chance, everybody gets a turn. So yeah, please do ask your questions like that. But yeah, if you do want a full in-depth reading from me, I do. So what I do Reiki, I do cleanses, I do sound healing, and I do tarot reading, crystal ball, candle wax reading, bone reading. I do all different types of readings, and they're all very reasonably priced. I even do spells like love and money spells, and my website is secretfrequencies.com, and it's in the description of this video. If you have not liked the video yet, please do like it, and let's carry on with the questions. Very Mod says, hello, dear Venus and community. I hope I'm not too late. Well, you are not, because I'm going to try to be on here for 2 hours. So we should have an hour and 20 minutes left. So we should get through a lot if we can. Gemini, when will life be back to some normalcy and less stress? Okay. Yeah, so I'm guessing more like like beginning of March time for you, unfortunately. Uraka says, if I pronounce your name incorrectly, you're very welcome to correct me in the chat. I'm not offended by being corrected. I think it's respectful to pronounce names correctly. Do let me know if you want to. So she says, I need to know about my financial situation, please. Wait, I said she says. Are you a guy? I'm so sorry if you are. I need to know about my financial situation. Okay, so this is the kind of question that's a bit too broad. So you can ask specifics, like you could say, when will I get my next? When will I get more abundance, or I see any abundance in the next month? You know, you can ask questions like that, but just think, I need to know about my financial situation. It's just too broad. I don't know what to look at, and it could take too long. So Eslila, did Adrian ask my neighbour about me? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Jan says, I'm still flirting and talking to other guys. Will she give up on Caden soon, like during that period of hardly any contact? Will it take him cutting her off fully for her to move on? Okay. So I'm talking to other guys, yes. I don't really feel flirting. I'm not really getting flirting at the moment. But you also say, will she give up on Caden? Let me see. Yes, if a period is long enough, she would give up. She would begin to find someone else, yes. Firebird, what's happened recently between Scorpio and Mr. B romantically and physically? Okay. Yeah, so I'm seeing some physical action. I do feel more like closeness, intimacy, and kissing. Don't really feel any sacral energy, which, you know, sensual, anything more, anything moving away from PG. I don't really sense that right now. Rain says, may I have a love card? Of course. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is or will be returning to your life soon. Interesting. Sarumi says a wisdom card, please. Of course, we'll do. Well, we have Sufi wisdom and we have Druid wisdom, so let me do both for you. So, Sufi wisdom, you have life's purpose. Seek your own deeper vision in life. Very nice. So, trying to understand and come to terms a little bit more with what is my life purpose. Trying to connect with that, you know? And let's do a Druid wisdom as well for Sarumi. So you have long hidden friend, a guide for travellers lost and found. He leads you to safety without a word or a sound. Carry bloodstone in your pocket and trust nature to guide the way. Bloodstone, such a great stone for the root chakra, guys. If you are really looking for a root chakra stone, I highly recommend. Bloodstone was the first wand that I ever bought, the first kind of, yeah, like wand kind of crystal that I ever bought. Yuruka did go out of the situation. Did go out of the situation. I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry. Did go out of the situation. I'm sorry. I don't know what you mean. Fire and Water says, may I have a Druid Wisdom and an Angel? Yes, an Angel. So Druid Wisdom for Fire and Water. We have Mother of Tears. Sometimes the best of life opens only once we've let ourselves shed countless tears. So let go, breathe slowly but surely. Black tourmaline will grant you protection and support. Carry one in secret and place one at your front door. So carrying a black tourmaline in secret and placing one at your front door seems to be the suggestion. And an angel message for Fire and Water. Oh, I don't know if I feel the top one actually. Definitely feeling green for you. Maybe because I love you. Feeling very heart chakra energy for you. Let's see. Yeah, I think I will. So explore. Archangel Raphael. Contemplation. Archangel Raphael. Are you in the right occupation or undertaking the right studies? Do you feel content when you come home from your day's work or study? Are you helping people, healing them in the way in which you wish to? As that is what you should consider. Take stock of where you are. Archangel Raphael is encouraging and supporting you to be a carer, nurse, doctor of some kind, or a holistic healer. Explore these options further, as this is where you will find great joy. So, the card, of course, is very literal about healing in the very physical sense, like holistic healing, care, and nurse, and things like that. But it can also extend to the way in which you will help people. So what is it that's really drawing you, and how do you really feel you will help people? You know, because everything is healing. Like when we're helping people in other ways that isn't like medical based, there's still a healing energy. So it might differ from the suggestions on the card, but is about you helping and healing in some way. Mazzy, hello, welcome. Is Ronaldo getting paid today, or will he have to wait a couple of days? I'm guessing wait, unfortunately. Yes, I'm guessing wait. It doesn't seem to be too long, but it doesn't feel like today. Esther Leela says, is Lee single? I'm actually getting a no on that. Ocean says, should I be more careful of what I feed the dog? Bury you? I take care of. I like to give him leftovers because it makes him happy, but I don't want to harm him. Okay. Yeah, so I'm guessing a yes on that. So, there's things we do for pets for their heart, but then there's things we need to do for their body, It's like, it's really sad when they see you kind of, emptying food into the bin and they're like, but sometimes we do just have to do it. So yes, just a little bit more mindful. Mazzy, will I be able to retrieve my camera and guitar? I'm guessing a yes on that, so best of luck to you. I hope you do retrieve those things. Firewood says, Dear Venus, could you please tell me if the time frame for me getting a job has changed? Well, the time frame that's coming through for me is 2 to 4 months. So I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I checked it, so I'm not 100% if that's changed or not. Firebird says, what's Scorpio's intentions or next actions with me? There's definitely a keeping you at arm's length at the moment. I do feel keeping you in as an option, but keeping you as at arm's length, unfortunately. Miss Venus says, just to confirm, I was not wanting to pursue a relationship at the moment, right? So is he only entertaining me for selfish purposes, reassuring him and energetically keeping me bound to him? I mean, I don't know what to say on that because in a sense, I kind of disagree because I feel like I feel like there is a desire to pursue a relationship. I feel like there isn't a rush to do it, but I do feel like there is a desire to do it. I don't really feel selfish energy. I mean, in a sense, I guess I do because I feel like when he like yeah, I guess there is a bit of a selfish energy because when he was really distracted with his other focuses, he still shouldn't have been considering you. So I feel like it's indirectly selfish, like not meaning to be, but yes, being, I would say. Um, but yeah, I do feel like I feel like there is a want for a relationship. I do feel like that. Matthew says, should I move on to the room in Aurora next month or stay at my mom's for the time being? Okay. So I think move as the main suggestion. So I'm really sorry. Well, not sorry. I don't know which one you wanted, but the room is what's coming through. Jan says, will my dog Milo be able to lose weight with the special diet food we bought him? He gains a lot of weight because my father constantly gives him scraps, and we're trying to get him to stop giving him a lot. Okay. Yes, I get a positive energy on this. Firebird says, is Scorpio going to G's birthday party next weekend? Let's see. I guess a yes, I get a high probability on this. Matty says, will Ronaldo want to start saving up for our own place, or is he just saying that? I feel like the desire is there. I feel like partly there is saying it because it's like kind of maybe what you want to hear, but I do feel like there is some desire in there. I don't feel like it's what I'm trying to express is that I don't feel like it's urgent. I don't feel like it's I need to do this, but there is a desire. Fire and Water says I feel exactly the same whenever I feel like I lose my freedom. I want to escape. Yeah. Well, it's nice that we can resonate and understand how each other. Everyone's very empathetic here. I'm glad that we can at least resonate with how each other feels, even if it might not be the greatest. Fluorescented? Oh, crystal ball. Is it for show or do you use it? I'm using it right now. What do you think I'm doing? But very, very lovely to see you. Welcome to the channel. Surumi says, I know there's the medical disclaimer. How long from now will it take for my female to fully heal? Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, I always feel like I have to say it. I know you regular people are probably like, Venus, we've heard it a million times. We know. So yeah, I apologize for that. But yes, so let's do that for Surumi. How long now will it take for my female to fully heal? Okay. I'm getting 6 to 7 weeks, so actually that's pretty good. Chan says, is Caden actually going to learn a lesson after cutting M off? And if so, what lesson will he learn? It feels more like trying to retrieve his peace back. Like, it feels more like the lesson's very much about his desire to have a peaceful and calm relationship and not drama. Like, it feels like the thing that gets to him is just it's drama all the time. It's drama all the time, and he just wants peace and steadiness, and he's not getting that. So I don't know exactly if he'll learn a lesson because it might make him step back into hermit again. Mazzy, card of my choice. Okay, let's do chakra and see what we get with chakra for you. Oh, we get enlightenment. So enlightenment's very nice. When we get enlightenment, of course, it can be like, we talk about like awakening and spiritual enlightenments and things like that. I think we have many throughout our lifetime. There's always another leveling up that we can do. But when we get the solar plexus, because it's yellow here, it could be an enlightenment about your own spiritual self, yourself, like something that may be a progression of your own spiritual ability, or just something that you learn about spiritually, but about yourself, that gives you more confidence or releases anxieties or releases fears. Something that's very good for your self-worth, self-value, self-confidence, things like that, because it's solar plexus. But yes, still very nice and still very spiritual. But if you do want to work on a chakra at the moment, probably going to be your solar plexus. Rain says angel. Yes, angel. Okay, feeling this one. So you have perspective, Archangel Metatron. Peaceful glade. It is early in the morning. There is a frost on the ground. The only sounds are the gentle dripping of water from the trees that surround you, and the sound of water from the river below. There is no one else around. The warmth from the sun is beginning to filter through the treetops, and you stand in the magic of this light. How calm and tranquil do you feel? Archangel Metatron is asking you to breathe in slowly and deeply, and release any tensions. You know where your quiet place is. Take a walk there and recharge your energies, and this will help you shine some perspective on the things that are important to you and will bring you some peace and tranquility. There we go. Very nice. Firebird says, how did Scorpio feel about my latest status post? I'm actually getting confused. I'm getting confused energy. So Ruby says a love card. There we are. Oh, why am I showing you that side? There we are. Unconditional love. The love between you and your person is eternal. Nothing and no one can take it away from you. Great. Unconditional love. Very nice. Mazzy says, is Ronaldo seeing someone else behind my back? I think a no on that, so I really hope not. Surumi says, what causes my collision with the truck whilst on a scooter? What caused my collision with the truck whilst on a scooter? Okay. So in like a physical sense, I'm guessing very like kind of accidental blind spot kind of energy. But in a more like spiritual kind of sense, I'm guessing that there's like a life lesson for both parties kind of going on. So yeah, I'm sorry to say that. Mazzy, did Anita tell Cynthia that I don't know what you mean by that, I'm sorry. James Bell, hello, welcome. Gemini, will the next person that I am with have children? I guess a yes on that. I get yes for one. Sarumi says, what skill will I need to harness in my next job? So I'm getting more communication. I'm guessing more things to do with communication. So it could be like, it could even be like, in a, how can I say, like social media type sense as well. James Bell says, anybody wants to talk? I'll say hi. Hello, James Bell, you're very welcome to the community. So yeah, so I will say, if you are new, I'm Venus, this is Secret Frequencies. We do readings like this all the time. Today we are doing Crystal Ball, if you can see it. So Crystal Ball with Oracle cards as well. So you can ask specific questions for the Crystal Ball, please. No broad questions like what's coming in my future, what's coming in my finances. It's too broad. It would open too much of a big reading. I would be spending half an hour with just you, and that's not fair. So that's why we asked specific questions. So everybody gets a chance. I spend less time with each person, and it's just smoother. We go through the chat smoother, But you can choose Oracle cards. We have Druid Wisdom. We have Earth Magic. We have Chakra. We have Spellcasting. We have Sufi Wisdom. We have Love. And we have Angel. So if you felt drawn to any of them when I was holding them up, please do ask me for one. You're very welcome. And I'm going to be on for at least an hour longer. So I greatly appreciate the likes. If your question is, don't double post your question. I'm behind in the chat. I will get to everybody. Hopefully, I'll get to as many as I can. I'm going to be at least an hour longer, so I should get through very many. Please like the video if you haven't liked it already. We've got 20 likes in an hour, which for me is very good, so I greatly appreciate that. But I will say, so I don't really know how to take a break on this one. I don't know if I can pause the stream on this one, because I just wanted to take a moment because I wanted to just refill my water and go to the toilet. So I do want to take a moment, but I'm not going anywhere. I need a sign that says like I'm on a break. I won't be a moment. It's easier on the other stream where I can put the thing up, the picture that I put, the crystals I put up. So guys, please do not go anywhere if you want your questions answered. I promise I will be right back. I'm going to be like 5 minutes maybe. So I will be right back, so don't worry. What was I going to say? But yes, just before I go, so if you are new, all of my information is in the description of the video. I have Facebook, email, and Discord. They're the three best ways to privately contact me. If you have any questions you want to ask me off stream, you're very welcome to message me there. And my website, secretfrequencies.com/shop, is also in the description of the video. And all of my spells, sessions, and readings are all very reasonably priced. So do check them out. They are very reasonably priced. And you just get a more in-depth thing than you're getting here. So more in-depth readings, or you can have one-on-one sessions with me, whatever you like. But I'm just going to take a moment for a tiny break, so less than 5 minutes, I would say. So do please, if you have patience, just stay with me. I won't be long. beautiful. I'm back. I just had the hiccups. Some messages popping up there. Can't get them off the screen. There we go. Okay, so we're back. Everything should be great. I think I have the sound back, and I think I'm in the right spot, which is Jasmine. I think I'm up to Jasmine. If I've skipped you, please let me know. But I think I'm in the right place here. So Jasmine says, yes, that's it. What you explained about the single thing, I'm enjoying my freedom, but I do want the companionship and the sensual sacral energy. I miss the sensual sacral energy, but I enjoy being single with no responsibility of having a man. I'm conflicted, like if I get with this high level soulmate, I might break his heart because of this freedom energy. That's why I think you have to be ready as well, and this is coming from me. This is coming from me. Why am I a ghost? So I am someone who is a serial monogamist. Whenever I break up, I'm very, very adamant that I'll be single for a very long time. I'm going to be single. I'm going to be in my, individual, tap into that side of my feline energy as a Lyran starseed. All the time I say that, and it does not last. It doesn't last for me. I always end up getting into a relationship pretty quickly, but it just happens, because you feel that for that person. But and you can't help that at times. But I think that really, if you really remain present and really appreciate everything about being single, then when the time comes that you're not anymore, at least you didn't take it for granted. It's when you take it for granted and you're longing for someone, and then you get someone, and then you're like, oh, I kind of missed those parts of being single. If you're really living in the moment of that single energy and that individual energy, when you do meet that person and you step into that relationship, things will be fine, because you won't be missing anything, because you lived up to the standard, you lived to your highest potential, if that makes sense. So yeah, best of luck to you with that. Pab. Sarumi says, what qualities are good in my relationship and what could be improved? Okay. So it does feel like there's a positive and a good, like, receptive energy, in like a give, take, generosity kind of way. But it feels a little bit like there's some level of self-expression or communication that could be improved on. Like it might be misunderstanding each other, or some miscommunications at times, or conflicts even at times going on. So yeah, it feels a little bit like maybe throat chakra energy, and the connection could have a bit of work. It's throwing me off the way, like, I keep going really overexposed and then really normal. I don't know if it's happened. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know. It doesn't matter what I look like as long as I answer the questions, but it's because it's a front-facing camera. I'm like, why do I look like a ghost? Firebird says, how did Scorpio feel when I scolded him for bad behavior towards me? Okay. It's kind of like a feeling of like it was unwarranted, like you overstepped a little bit. That's kind of like how he felt. Jasmine says, yeah, just replying to Theo's okay. Really like really nice to see you guys talk in the chat. Just sorry if that coughing was loud. And really nice to see you guys talking in the chat. So yeah, lovely. Jan says, whenever Caden does come back in the end of the year, will it cause a clash with things with David, like either of them sensing the other and feeling some type of way about me talking to them? Okay. Yes, it's possible. It really highly depends on what when he actually decides to gravitate back, because there is this energy of it might be too late, because David might show you everything that you want to be shown, and you might actually find something better there. So it might be too little too late from Caden. So it's all about when he's ready to step up, because it could be too little too late. So for his sake, I would hope that he would notice sooner and try to get back to you sooner, but who knows. Firebird says, has a few people seen through Miss W's fakeness at work? Yes, I get a yes on that. I don't know how to say that. Sign? Soin? I don't know how I'm saying that. Soigene. I don't know how to pronounce that, but hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to the channel. I will say S official, maybe. Maybe that's best for me to say it that way. Fire and Water says, I have started taking steps towards the PhD. I wrote to the Office for Intellectual Property before I approach the researcher I want to work with. Do you see the office answering my email soon? Okay. Yes, I feel like within a week. I'm actually feeling like within a week with that, so best of luck with that. As he says, did my mom date KK? I'm guessing a no on that one. Jan says, will him thinking about me the 16th lead to him thinking of me more frequently and wanting to contact me to see if everything is okay? It's possible, but it seems like a low prominence at the moment, unfortunately. As official, will things be long term with Amit? I guess a yes on that one. Daniela, hello and welcome. Oh, it's been a while since I see you. Oh, it feels like a while. Daniela says, I would like to know if we have a love relationship. A story? A story? I'm sorry, I'm not really understanding it. Like potential for long-term love relationship with Roberto, I think. But I'm checking, I'll check that. I do see potential for long term, so I'm guessing a yes on that. Carolyn says, is Christopher getting closer to contacting me again? Yes. The energy really does feel imminent. It feels like there's being like, it's almost like I go to and then I stop myself. I go to, so it feels like it could be at any point. Firewall says, dear Venus, I hope you are feeling better. I just want to say I love your hairdo. I really appreciate that, because I'm going to be redying it probably tomorrow, and it is actually quite a mess. But I do have this very lovely butterfly clip. I throw it up in when I'm feeling a bit like I don't know what to do with it. So yeah, I appreciate that. I tend to get compliments on my hair being up. Even though I prefer it down, I tend to get more compliments when it's up, so thank you, I appreciate that. And I love your energy, so let me give you a million compliments on how beautiful your energy is, Fire and Water. As official says, my name is Anya? Ananya? Anya? Anya? I'm sorry. Oh, English people, we don't know how to pronounce anything. So, Jasmine says, I didn't feel like this with Phil. I wanted to be tied down by him, but now that he closed the door, it's like I can breathe, if that makes sense. It was like I was doing extra stuff just to be with him, and now I feel like maybe he was better off staying with her, because I didn't have to make myself fit something he was used to with being with her all the time and treating me like a stranger. Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like, even when it's difficult for me because, as someone who works with energy and works with like spells, energy, things like that, I do sense, when people, when your friends, if you speak to a friend who's not very spiritual, they might just say like, oh, why would you chase this guy, or why would you want this guy who does this or does that. But when you're an empath or a spiritual person and you feel the deeper connections, you understand things like karmic things people are going through, or deep spiritual connections people have, it's very kind of difficult to um it's just very complex, um the connections, and it's difficult to just be like, oh, if they treat you that way, you should just do whatever, because there's definitely a deep connection there, um there's definitely a deep connection there, but yeah, ultimately, I think we do need to balance like the deep spiritual, emotional, karmic, all of the connections that we feel as empaths. We need to balance those out with what we do really want in our actual physical life path, because we do have to think about our physical manifestations. We do have to think about the things that we do want in this lifetime, and if that is like a, a, a home, some level of stability, children, marriage, like whatever that might be. Um, yeah, we have to couple these things together, the spiritual, the physical, bring them together and do the best we can with them. And maybe it's another lifetime if they are not ready. Druid wisdom, I think I went off on a tangent there, but I think you know what I mean. Druid wisdom for Rain. Okay, so you have the long unnamed path. But what if the path leads to something better than you felt? Just keep on the journey and the fears will soon melt. Carry Cornelian for grounding and relief. Cornelian. Interesting crystal. Crystal I do not use very often actually. Miss Venus, someone that uh, someone that leaves because they can't sustain the relationship. That's what I meant by abandoning. Um, oh yeah, so we're looking at if the soulmate is lessons or abandoning. I feel like when you're aligned onto the path of a higher soulmate, the next higher level soulmate path that you are aligned onto, I feel like you're going to be kind of like, I don't want to say rewarded, because it's like you just deserve it. It's just what you deserve. It's not like you've done something amazing that you're given a reward. It's just your energy. You just deserve it. You should attract it. But but I do feel that you there's a long term connection there. I don't feel like it's someone who's going to not be able to sustain the relationship. So, and Anya says, is Amos the one? I guess a yes on that, actually. So that's nice. Jan says, does she still think that we are texting in communication, just not hanging frequently? I guess a no on that. Carolyn says, Venus, you look amazing. Your skin, your hair, the material of your outfit. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that, because I'm definitely having a bad hair day. I know my hair's, I know my kind of hairstyle is always kind of like wavy, windswept and everything, so my bad hair day probably just looks normal to you guys, so I appreciate the compliment, I really do. I never like to deflect compliments, but yeah, I did just kind of throw it up today, but I appreciate compliments. I think it looks okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, but yeah, Um, I, I don't know what's going on with the lighting. That's all I'm. It's like sometimes it's making me like super overexposed, so I look like a ghost. And other times it's I don't know if you guys are seeing it or if it's just on my screen because the ring light's like in my eyes maybe. Because I'm like this sometimes because of the ring light. but but yeah, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. And yes, I love this. So many comments like, "Are you wearing pajamas?" on this, but I love it. I really love it. Thank you, Carolyn. Love, light, and blessings to you. And Carolyn, I love your energy. So compliments to your energy because it's so beautiful. You have such a beautiful, vibrant, powerful energy, and I would love to compliment that back to you. Um, um, I don't know how I say that name. Name. Where did you get the blue glass you're drinking from? It's got a the blue glass. This is. I feel like this is like really common around here. Like like where I'm from. It's I believe you can get this from places like the Range. If you've heard of the Range, I believe it's from the Range. The Range, or, yeah, I would say the Range. I'm pretty sure it's the Range. As it says, will my finances balance out by next month? Okay. So it feels like a little longer than next month, but not too much longer. So I'm getting positive energy on it. Chances will specifically the period that is coming up at the end of the month make her find someone else and move on. Okay. No, I guess a no on that, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say. Rain says, is the reconciliation card about Yuto? I'm feeling awkward about about his possible return in December. I know, because when I pull the card, I'm like, obviously I'm going to read the card. It's your card, it's the card for you. But I feel a more powerful, stronger, like kind of good energy to your new path. That's not Yuto. I it's like when I work with Miss Venus, you know, I can be biased sometimes because I always kind of root for Omar when I'm talking to Miss Venus. It's similar with you now, with Rain now. It's like I kind of root for your new path over Yuto, you know? Although I do recognize the connection, I know the connection, I sense the connection, I still kind of feel like the new path is more aligned to you, more giving you more what you deserve. I feel like I feel like a lot of people here, so empaths, spiritual people, kind, generous, beautiful souls who gravitate towards my community. Um, you're all very like open-hearted. You're all very beautiful souls, and there's things that you deserve in the physical and you guys hold out a lot for the spiritual connections that you have, which makes sense, and I totally empathize with it. But there's things that you deserve in the physical realm, you know? You deserve to be taken out, you deserve to be um, loved, and, I don't know, public displays of affection if you're into that, and, whatever it might be. You just deserve to be showed off and taken out and, treated well and bought gifts and given affection, attention. You deserve all of these things. And I feel like sometimes the sometimes the other paths are they're just the other paths are just the people who are more on that level, rather than a really strong spiritual connection with someone who you're going to have to kind of help grow, which is good. We are here to help people grow, so I get it if you want to choose that path. But you can also choose the path of going with someone who you really deserve. Um, Gemini says, can I please get a card of your choice? So Gemini, I'm going to give you an angel card. Let's do an angel card for Gemini. Okay. So these are the Seraph Soul angel cards. I will link them in. I always say that I will do this, but I'm going to start doing it. Link the Seraph Souls in the description of the video. I did it in the first few videos. I just ended up forgetting to do it. But I will do it. So I'm drawn to pink for you, Gemini. So let's see. Let's see. I think, do we have time out or do we have advantage? Let's see. I think time out. So, Gemini, time out, contemplation. Archangel Camille is reassuring you that you have many friends and family members that will always be there for you and love you for being a wonderful person that you are. Things happen for a reason, and at the time you may not understand why. Be reassured that there are much more beautiful and magical things just around the corner for you. Take this time to do something that you love, treat yourself, have that bit of time you deserve it. So yeah, exactly what I'm talking about. You know, all those things that we deserve. A chakra card for rain. So you have gossip and the heart chakra. So it's to be mindful. It's to be very careful, because when we get gossip at the heart chakra, it's very much about, you know, you're a very open-hearted, very kind person, but sometimes being a kind person can also include being a people pleaser. And being a people pleaser isn't the best thing, because sometimes you can be drawn into these, you know, it might be at work, it might be in a friend group, where you're kind of being dragged into gossip about other people, and you kind of feel like drawn to do it because you're a people pleaser. You want to agree with these people. You want to, yeah, you know, I see that too. Don't be dragged into gossip. Rise above it. You know, call people out. Do not be dragged into that gossip, but keep your heart chakra open. You know. Fire and Water says, "Oh, mother of tears, runs so true." Marky, didn't catch you live in ages. I can only see your handle, so I'm not 100%. But welcome back, Marky. It's lovely to see you. Welcome back. I don't get why someone's called. Do you think the way my hair looks, I look a bit like a Karen? Should I? Should I? Should I? How can I say? Demand to speak to Archangel Michael's manager? You know? I don't know why I'm being called a Karen. Rain says, can I give Boo leftover spaghetti I have, or should I just throw it away? Can I have it? I love spaghetti. I love pasta. Okay, let me see. So I'm actually getting a yes on spaghetti. I'm actually getting a yes on that, so that seems to be okay. Gemini says, what is CJ's intentions for me? It just seems to be a little bit surface level. Like maybe it's just a little bit like there's nothing too deep. It's a little bit surface level. It's a little bit, you know, like a shallow energies, if that makes sense. Jasmine says, since Phil is upset that he should have did more communicating and explaining about what exactly. Since Phil's upset that he should have did more communicating and explaining about what exactly, because one of the final things he told me was he thought what he said was explanatory as possible, and what it What is it that I'm not getting? Both in his words when I asked him, was he sure? Okay. Yeah, the communication barrier in the communication issue in within Phil, it's very much, it's not like, it's not like in what he's saying to you. It's not like what he's saying to you isn't clear. What you're saying to him isn't clear. It's his inability to rarely put his thoughts into his expression. So it's like, it's almost like suppressed thoughts, suppressed feelings. You know, um, where you say that he should have done more communicating and explaining. Yeah, because it's like he just, it's like he said what he thought he should have said. It's almost like saying what I think I should say, saying what the done thing is, the thing to do is, the what I think I should do is. The communication issue is like from his mind to his throat. You know, it's like what I rarely think. I'm not going to say what I really think. I'm saying what I think I should say, and what, you know, heading down this path, what I think I should say. It's the communication issue is there. It's like not expressing his true feelings, thoughts, and emotions. You know. Um, Marky, is it Marky or is it Markle? Markle. Does Mark still love me? Is the question. Okay. I guess a yes on that. Firebird says, what's Scorpio's intentions with Miss W? It doesn't really. It feels like a bit casual. It feels like, you know, it feels like there is intentions like kind of dating, hanging out, things like that. But it feels very casual. It doesn't feel like there's much um not much looking into the future, I would say. Jan, is he going to realize after he cuts off and thinks about things that I was peaceful and steady and that he should have chosen the safe path? Experiences with you will be in his weighing things up. I would say yes. Mazzy, am I right to cut Anita off? I feel like all she does is start drama with others about me. Am I right? Okay. I guess a yes on that. I'm sorry to say that, but I do get a yes on that. Mazzy says, do my mum's co-workers like me? Okay. Yes. I guess a yes on that, so that's nice. Fire and Water. OG Venus, in the light of the last card, is the PhD bringing me closer to becoming a healer? Because the topic is exploring how we get sick, so we can work on preventing it. Yes. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. It's not necessarily like the card. The card gives specifics like nurse, doctor, carer, but it can work in other ways. So yes, I feel like you are on the page there. You know, uh, same book, maybe same book. Matty says, is my sister planning on visiting for the holidays? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Firebird says, is P Aries more interested in another female romantically? I guess a yes on that, unfortunately. Marcy says, will I be able to move into the room in Aurora by next month, or will you be able to find something better? Or will I be able to find something better? Okay. I, I, I'm getting positive energy with And I am getting yes by next month, so I would say like try to get the momentum of that because it seems positive, to be honest. Gemini says, where will I meet the person that I get married to? Okay. There's one specific thing that comes up here which is interesting because it seems to revolve around sports. So um it could be at a sports event if that's something that you're into and that you go to, but it could also be something like, um you're in a venue where the sporting event's being shown. You're not intentionally going there to see that, but you walk in there. There's something about sport going on um in this situation. Like that's the thing that's coming through is like sport. um so yeah, that's kind of interesting. That's the thing that's calling out to me about meeting this person, so that's really interesting. Rain says, may I have an earth magic? Yes. So earth magic. Iceberg. Okay, you have submerged. So when we get iceberg and submerged, we're kind of seeing like there can be a few different things. So of course there's an end of you might be the one that needs to break the ice in a certain situation. Iceberg, you might be the one that needs to break the ice. So if there is a situation, you might be waiting for someone else to take the lead on it. Unfortunately, it might be down to you. But also, this element of like, it's like completing things from the back burner. We're defrosting things that have been frozen for a long time. It's that kind of energy as well. It's like something that maybe has been stored in the back of your mind for a long time. You're going to bring that back out. You're going to bring that back, a fresh energy to it. So you might be starting again, something that you used to do, but also do bear in mind that scenario where you might be the one that needs to break the ice. As Leela says, is Lee happy in his current relationship? I'm guessing no on that. Elvis, hello and welcome. Crystal ball reading, wondering how the family store will do over the winter time. Okay, Elvis. So I'm getting like a slight dip. I'm getting a slight dip in that abundant energy, but I'm not seeing anything too bad. I'm not seeing huge dips. I'm not seeing anything super negative. I am seeing just a slight dip there. So unfortunately, but best of luck to you. Hopefully you can manifest better, higher. Um, so guys, I'm going to be on for about 20 more minutes. So if you are new, I am Venus. This is Secret Frequencies, and we do many different types of readings here all the time. This month is mainly focused on crystal ball, but I do many different types of readings like pendulum, tarot, um, candle wax reading, past life reading, bone reading, things like that. Um, so do stick around. You'll have an opportunity for many different types of readings and even spells. Sometimes we do spells as well, like group spell sessions. So if you are new, do subscribe. All of my information is in the description of the video. My Facebook, email, and Discord are the 3 best ways to contact me. They are all in the description. My website is secretfrequencies.com/shop, and that has all of my sessions like Reiki, cleanses, and sound healing, spells like love and money, and readings, just like the readings I do on stream, but much more in depth, one-on-one with you. So if you want any sessions one-on-one with me or readings that are more in depth, feel free to check out my website. And everything is very reasonably priced. So yes, please do check that out and keep me in mind next time you want a reading. If you have not liked the video yet, please do like it. I greatly appreciate that. Let's get on for the next 15 to 20 minutes. We'll get through as many questions as we can. And guys, but please remember, so I keep saying this on stream now, but likes are like votes to me. So the more a video is liked, the more I'm going to keep coming back with that same type of video. So if crystal balls always get 30, 40, likes, I'm going to be like, okay, I'll keep doing it. I'll come on every day with the crystal ball, So if you like the video, if you like it, So let's see. We have Firebird says, why did Scorpio and Miss W argue? What did Scorpio and Miss W argue about and fall out over last time? Okay. So there's an energy of from Miss W of it's too much of a controlling energy. Something's going on there with being a little bit too controlling, I would say. Eslila says, will my younger sister be a new owner of my mum's house? Okay. I'm guessing a yes on that. Matty says, will I be happier living in Aurora? I'm guessing yes on that. Firebird says, is it usually Miss W who reaches out most to make up with Scorpio after arguments? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Estelila says, so Lee is still thinking about me even though he's in a relationship. Yes. AA, hello, welcome. AA says Ash's thoughts for me today. Quite a lot of energy there. So we're getting a lot of thoughts coming up there. It seems quite prominent, quite good, quite positive. Getting a lot of thinking of quite recent conversations, but also just thoughts of you in general, like your, how you look as well. Rain says, should I ask my brother to take Dad to see a doctor when he comes next week, or should I do it myself this week? I'm guessing do it yourself this week. I'm guessing that. So I'm sorry, that's more responsibility for you, but that's what's coming through. AA says, what does Asher love about me? So I'm guessing a lot of the depth and the care, the compassion, the personality traits, but your eyes are coming through today. Your eyes are coming through quite strongly. Eslia says, so another question about Lee. When he is thinking about me, what is he missing the most? Okay. I definitely feel like the ease of conversation comes up, but I do also feel like there's a little bit of a physical thing as well. Shweta, hello. Shweta, why did I meet Sumit and Rajesh in this lifetime? What purpose they both hold individually in my life? Okay. Yeah. So Sumit definitely is a very, very strong soul connection. I would say soulmate. Sumit is a very strong soulmate connection. But it may be that you meet in another lifetime. It doesn't necessarily mean that you complete your missions in this lifetime. But what I would say with Rajesh is it's much more of a new, fresh spark coming through there. That doesn't make it any less special. Doesn't make it any less important. It's just that it seems like it's very new, fresh in this lifetime. What I would say is that one seems a little bit more like there's potential to it. There's more potential to it in this lifetime. Rain says spellcasting card. Life purpose. So okay, so the life purpose card, it's telling us that we're gaining more and more clarity about our life purpose. So really look out for your signs that come through at the moment. I personally am of the belief, and this is because my angel guides have told me this, I'm not allowed to just full on say to someone, this is your life purpose. I can give like hints or themes, but I can't tell someone fully their life purpose. And when we get messages about life purpose, we have to be very tuned in ourselves and kind of looking for the signs, or at least being aware in case they come up, because we're being guided a little bit or shown signs about what our life purpose is and things like that. And it's important, you know. We all want to attain, to achieve, to master, I suppose, our life purpose here. So it's nice that you're being guided towards it right now. Sag Girl, hello, welcome. Okay, guys, so it's getting pretty late. So actually, oh my gosh, it's past midnight here. So as you can probably see, I'm a bit tired. But so it's past midnight here. So I'm going to scroll down the chat. Anybody who is new or has not had a question answered yet, I'm going to answer some questions for you guys. Or if a question really intrigues me, I'll answer that as well. So yes, but please like the video if you haven't liked it already. I greatly appreciate that. It's been lovely to connect with you guys, and you know, I'm actually feeling better as well about like later streams. Like this for me, this is quite late, but a lot of you have managed to be here, so I feel like this is really great. If you know, if my day does take me longer and I am delayed in the day with all of my work, I can still come on and you guys will still be here. That's great, because when I come on earlier than I'd say noon, it's very quiet. Like I've tried earlier streams like earlier than noon here, and it's so quiet. So maybe the later kind of time frame is better for me. We'll see. So let's see. Shweta, have I met my second future husband? I guess a yes. Good morning, Mohammed. So Sophia or Lulu, who is the one should I choose or not? Or none of them? Okay. So Lulu does come through stronger, but I do feel there's another more resonating, someone more on your level coming through. I don't feel like it's super soon, unfortunately, but I do feel them. Yasa, Jumini, when will I get a promotion in my current company? Okay. Nice to see you again. When will you get a promotion in your current company? Okay. I'm guessing May next year. From Kenya! Love, light and blessings from the UK. It's lovely to see people from all different parts of the world. So yeah, love to Kenya. S official. Oh yeah. Kyle, hello. Mary the Aries. What's the energy surrounding Stephen? Okay. So we're looking at if this mostly positive, mostly negative. Getting a feel for that. So I'm guessing. Okay. So it's kind of neutral energy. It's there's a lot of positive energy, but I am feeling a bit of like a competitive, maybe slight competitive, slight jealous streak there. Mostly positive. I feel like even maybe this person does want to work on themselves a little bit, but they're just the things I would like to point out to you, Mary. Why am I so bright and overexposed? I don't understand it. I'm back. And Mary says love the topic. So it's like it's so funny. Like some things are so divisive. It's like some people are like, "Why are you wearing pajamas?" And some people are like, "I love that shirt." But yeah, I love it. I love it. Let's see. Mary says I'm having a hard time quitting smoking. It's not the nicotine, it's the habit of it. How can I get over the struggle? Yeah, it's not the nicotine, it's the habit of like having something in your hand. Yeah, I think so. There is actually something you can do. So one thing that I really want to be a bit more of an advocate of this. I think this there's companies that have produced safe ways of vaping essential oils, and I feel like that if that can be you know, looking at the feel of it, I'm feeling like they are doing it in a safe way. But I feel like if that is totally safe, we should do that because it's like the habit of smoking something a lot of people have. But you the essential oils that they're great. There's nothing wrong with them. They're good for you. So I think that those companies that are producing those kind of essential oil vapes, I would even love to try one. So yeah, I would say that. But also, you can actually buy vapes that have zero nicotine at all. So it's, I don't know. I mean, I suppose, the thing is, like, in vapes is still chemicals. That's why I would go to the essential oil route, because even if there's no nicotine, it's still going to be chemicals in what you're smoking. I think the vaping essential oils is the way to go, and I really hope that kind of takes over and gets a bit more popular. That's my suggestion. But don't just put an essential. Disclaimer: don't just put an essential oil into a vape, guys. There's specific companies that make them, properly. Let's see. Ocean, don't worry, I'm inclined towards Newell as well. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, you can do better. Yeah, I think the reconciliation is about you two. Like, I feel like if and when things fizzle in that connection, I do feel like there'll be a pulling back to you, not in like a confessing feelings in a like totally romantic sense, but in like a suddenly wanting to spend more time and talk to you more kind of sense. Mark Toma, hello and welcome. Rain says, I'd love to make you spaghetti. You may not intend to travel to Japan anymore, but you're always so welcome. Oh, I definitely still would like to go. Um, my dream places are, I want to go to Egypt purely just to see the pyramids in person, for nothing else really. Um, but Taiwan is like my main place. I'm desperate to go to Taiwan for the ancient Taoist temples, but it's I think it's easier to like, because they're all like the kind of close vicinity. It's easier to get to Japan from there, or to get to there from Japan. I don't know. I will still visit. I will still visit. I will still visit. I will. Yeah, I have to. Um, yeah. One day I'll just message you and I'll be like, I just got off a plane. Let me sleep on your couch. No, I won't do that. And where's the pasta you promised me? I have it on stream. I have a video. Evidence. I want pasta. No, I won't really do that. Mark says, I'm Albania. You London English. I'm English. I'm not London, but I appreciate you saying that because I do try my best to speak very proper when I'm on stream so people can understand what I'm saying. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So love to you, to Albania. Um, Ocean, can the hospital visit without waiting until Monday or later? Okay. Yes, I do get a yes on that. Uv, Why do you, oh, I can't pronounce people's handles. I don't know what it says. Uvisk, something something. Hello, welcome. No, I don't have Telegram. I do not have Telegram. Fire and Water says, why were these delays in my projects necessary? Were they only related to rearranging energies, or were they also meant to teach me discipline and resilience? Okay. Yeah, I get a really strong energy of resilience. I feel like you've had a few lessons in your life that are trying to teach you resilience, and I feel like at times it can feel unfair. I feel like you know, I feel like a lot of people push against the tide. It almost feels like the tide pushes against you sometimes. But yeah, I feel like resilience is a big one. Yeah, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. My name is Venus. Firewall says, I rarely miss our group calls on Discord. I hope we get the. I would love it, guys. Is anyone free at any time? Like, can we get like at least 3 people free to have a Discord chat? I think I would. I would love it. I'm available. I will. Well, I will make time. I will make time at any time. To do that, I would. I would make time. I'll post in the Discord and see if we can get anyone. Um. So this is not a dating app, guys. It's YouTube. I'm not going to date someone from. I don't know. What kind of ring would you buy me? Um. Okay, so Mohammed says, what kind of spiritual energy do I hold? My big family are healers, mediumship, clairvoyance. Okay, yeah, I do want to check. I like the spiritual questions, so let me check this one. Yes, definitely a strong healing energy. Like I feel like you could really go towards Reiki, specifically Reiki, and I do feel a little bit more like clairvoyance with you. So maybe seeing in your mind's eye or dreams, maybe. No, I will just. I'm jumping out, no, but I will just do your question quickly since you haven't had one. What are Faisal's feelings for Noor? Okay. Actually, it feels like there's a bit of an increase in that, so a positive increase, upward trajectory there. So guys, so I'm finishing now. I greatly appreciate you. It's been amazing to do such a. I don't know if I've streamed this late before. It's now midnight here, so very nice. If you have not liked the video yet, please do like it before you leave. Um, you know, like I say, likes on the video or votes. I will keep coming back. The more you like it, the more I will keep coming back. So, Raina, thank you so much for the super sticker. I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. All support to the channel. Shout out to all of the members and to Rain specifically. Love, light, and blessings to all of you. And you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Those of you saying thank you. So yes, like I said, I'm picking up momentum now, going to be on a lot more often. You will see me on, hopefully, at all varying times. Hopefully, I can catch you as much as possible. We'll do our best to pick up on channelings. I know that's going to be the most difficult one, so we'll see how tomorrow goes with channeling. But we'll try to get that as organised as possible. And yeah, but I'll be on as much as I can. So love, light, and blessings to each of you. I really hope to see you soon. Don't be shy. Reach out if you need to. Any questions, any suggestions, you're very welcome to message me. And yes, like the video on your way out if you have not liked it. It just means so much to me. It boosts the channel, grows the community, and makes it so I can come on more and more and more and more and more, which I would love to, and I hope you would love me too. So, love, light, and blessings to all of you, my loves. We really hope to see you very soon.